But
What's it
Got it, it's on.
Okay.
He sent the bill, so
Have people go crazy about this.
I know, it's just,
They're so popular.
I know we are popular.
Sorry.
yeah, so that, yeah, I think you have it on your email, don't you?
Yeah, I just didn't know if you had it pulled up.
Yep, I do.
My inbox is.
You want the exact amount?
Yes, please.
$11,045.93.
So that's the budget amendment for this year.
Mhm.
And then what is it going forward?
I'd have to find out what the contract, right? Well, right now, our portion, yeah, obviously, this is the one we share,
Yeah,
so, but I don't know if that percentage is changing for the next year, so.
okay, so,
Let me talk to the sheriff and, we'll have that information for next week.
then do you wanna tell him to put it in his budget and then to submit a budget amendment as well?
Yeah, I can.
Because we'll have to pay it before we get the amendment. I think.
Lily?
I suppose you can set out until you get another notice.
I mean, we can't, I don't know if we legally can.
To sit on it.
No, I don't know if we legally can pay it without it being in a budget somewhere. You know what I mean? I think the auditors would have a little bit of a,
When's the budget amendment?
There's not one set yet, is there?
no, but we could maybe expedite it.
So what's like the earliest we could do it, you think? Pay the bill?
I mean, if we had it on the agenda for next week to set a budget amendment hearing,
You have to have it posted.
has to be in the paper, that's 21 days, I think, so that's a month. Maybe, question mark, Kristen for next week, put it on there for a budget amendment.
Okay.
Mental health.
So then if he puts it in his,
Well, I have Sherry's car too, that I wanna put, or we decide on that. Sherry's vehicle on the budget amendment.
Oh.
so let's say it's like 14,000, so if he puts that in his budget for 26, then that would just increase his budget by 14,000.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all I had.
The other thing I forgot to bring up was the email that we got about the city council wanting us to come.
Oh, yeah, that's what we got. Who wants to go or do it?
I'm on the landfill board and I already voted on ordinance and
Yeah, but I didn't do your schedule.
I'm busy actually.
What day is that?
Is this an ordinance or in 2080?
Well, the 20E, but the 20E, which we have on our agenda to discuss, has ordinance stuff in it.
The 20E today and past the attorney should not be really changing what we're doing anyhow. It's the ordinance should be the issue.
But doesn't it have,
I think it's the same as pretty much as it's always been. The 20E. It's the ordinance that's gonna give them the teeth. Per se.
well, see, page 10, section 4 is a new section stating the commission would have the ability to enforce a waste flow control ordinance if such ordinance were to be passed in Iowa County. I think that's what they're having an issue with.
If the ordinance gets passed,
Yeah,
we have to pass it. So if we don't pass the ordinance, this thing's up.
yeah.
You have to do the steps. They can't pass the ordinance unless this was in the 20E.
Yeah, I kind of get their, well, I'm not sure what their exact questions are, but maybe the cart is getting ahead of the horse by doing that.
The 20E,
Yeah,
we have to pass the 20, we can't pass an ordinance
Without the 2080.
without the 20E, so we have to do the 20E before we even think about doing the ordinance.
do we want to wait till you guys meet with them before we pass it to make sure we're all,
It doesn't, I mean, to me, we can pass the 20E, and if we don't want to pass the ordinance, we don't pass the ordinance.
but they're gonna maybe not sign their end, so maybe we need to have a meeting before.
Well, it doesn't matter that they don't sign it, as long as we still have the 20E.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
I don't know what's,
What day was
What
it?
day was that meeting?
It's March something, March
Monday, March 9th.
9th.
oh, I thought it was, let me see where I'm at.
It's 6:30. I can go.
Oh, yeah, I'm in Chickasaw.
I'm not sure yet, but I will,
Question mark. Who's coming with me?
I know I can't second, I got a REAP meeting that night, RE.
The what?
A REAP meeting for conservation.
Oh, I thought you were going to Farm Bureau.
I said I couldn't.
Really?
Convenient. You said, were you busy?
No, I'm known.
I'm going to.
You are?
Yeah, I moved my schedule around.
I don't have anything going on March 9th.
March 9th is the city.
That's good.
What
Bring the
time?
money into it.
6:30.
I gotta go get some money.
Right, Chris? You got that pulled up at 6:30, March 9th?
Yes, that's what it says.
So I'm on, I can go,
Okay.
unless somebody else wants to go.
You're in the city, you're part of city limits,
I
right?
can't.
He's not. You're
I
right.
am,
Yeah, Mr. Williamsburg,
40 feet.
the next mayor of Williamsburg.
No. Well, you're getting all kinds of jobs.
I know.
EDCOG president.
So what if, if they don't
Yeah.
sign the 2080, then what,
The landfill will be screwed.
what is we do with their trash?
Technically, they don't have to sign it and they could have ABC ship it to Milan.
They have to get shipped out of state because otherwise, another adjoining county would have to kind of get a 20E with them because they can't just randomly take it there.
Yep.
So
But
even
they
if
could,
But
technically.
they
if
can
they
do
could do it,
that.
but most other ones don't want it because they got all the trash they want.
But they could ship it to Milan easy and then,
They can ship it to them on.
the landfill loses that per capita, what is it, $35 a person or whatever it is.
So that's why it's beneficial to come to some kind of agreement.
So in their minutes in the paper, I believe I read that residential trash is being taken out of county, not to Williamsburg. How did they know that?
No, commercial. It's the city dumpsters.
It's because of 10 inches
No, but they're saying like there's a housing area.
on the city, there's routes on the county lines.
Right.
Oh, not in
yeah.
Williamsburg. Yeah, not,
Yes.
No, I could have sworn it said in the minutes that,
there, so
It's not just Williamsburg. Williamsburg is a small piece.
it's the houses right by the landfill on the county line that Johnson County Refuge is taking to Johnson
It's
County.
literally the Johnson, Iowa County line. I mean, but the houses are in Iowa County that they're.
But my issue all along has been, my understanding is David called them and asked them to stop doing that, but we've never sent a formal letter or, tried to go take the matters up personally. And instead, this ordinance is coming to play, and I think we could probably handle this internally without affecting everybody in the county.
Okay, we can come back to this.
well, we'll be discussing it down here anyhow.
Yeah. So I had EDCOG for a couple days. We do have a new director.
Did you accept yesterday sometime?
They did accept, but I don't think I can announce yet because they have to tell their employee.
Hello, Nick.
How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Did-
Quick question for you. When you brought the salaries for the engineer, were you wanting the average that you had?
No.
It wants to be 10,000 more.
I can tell you this,
What was your form?
after going to FEMA and talking to other counties, I think we're in a very good position here. I think it should probably be a little bit above average compared to what I've seen. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think we're in a very good position.
You mean
We're very nicely run here compared to other.
You gotta watch when you say we, because there's two separate factions of we's here.
yeah, that's what I
There's
Engineer's office.
we and then there's we.
Engineer's office is very nicely run.
as far as total,
As far as, we have our finances very nicely in line, very well kept track of. We do a great job of keeping most, or at least up to this point, all of our engineering and everything in-house. It'll change a little bit with these grants, obviously. But, now I've got it worked through working with the DOT to make sure that our FM money can pay for that engineering. So that'll actually, the numbers that I gave you guys for our administration cost next year will actually probably be a couple $100,000 less. Things like that, being able to move money around and knowing what all those piggy banks are, and the fact that we can also, like I said, do most of it in-house. I think helping out other places, I know that to do some of the bridge design, they paid like a couple $100,000 per bridge to have them designed. And then on top of that, there's 6, so like,
Is that contingent on having a assistant engineer, or is that, and do you plan to hire? an
no, we're
assistant?
not going to, because we can now use FM money to do these grants, and then anything after that, I'll just handle myself.
So that's what I had talked to Nick about, is potentially raising his salary in lieu of hiring a additional engineer, which obviously we all know, less insurance, and we're money ahead doing that.
Yeah, because other places that just have one engineer, then they justify hiring out their engineering. And like I said, you can pay, I don't know what the average one is, but this one seemed kind of high, over 200,000. Okay.
I was gonna say, it costs us a lot to hire engineering out. That's why we had the assistant.
It's terrible, and
Well, I
it is
know.
ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous.
It's
and-
a list of, sometimes it's a third of the project.
And don't, like, I'm not saying like, don't fire me or anything, but if you lose an engineer, this is what I'm finding out right now. If you lose an engineer, you can't let any projects until you have a full new engineer underneath your books, right? Which that means all your projects get pushed back. And I'm not going anywhere, but like, if you were to lose me right now, you would lose those grants potentially, because you'll have a funding agreement that has a deadline on them. And if you don't get a new engineer in, that deadline gets pushed back. The cost, and then also like with current projects that'll be this year, to hit to your point, you need an engineer to sign up on that stuff. If you hire a company to do that, I saw an estimate yesterday, it was $60,000 a project just to sign signatures. It is ridiculous.
What am I doing after this meeting? Depending what time we get done, I have time.
You just want to run over and talk to them?
Yeah, we can, yeah, or.
I'm sorry,
No,
I just, everything I was been seeing is, that is so
So
ridiculous.
Tatum can't do anything now.
Projects that are ongoing, they can.
Projects that are ongoing, they can continue, but to have,
Well,
and
thank you.
right now, I would be certified to sign off on their construction projects. But also that means, and they have an agreement with Calhoun Burns to pay up to $60,000 for them to sign that stuff. So you, like, whoever takes over that position needs to go between them and the techs and just be like, no, we need to do all the DOT training right now, very seriously, because you'll save $60,000 over the course of a couple of months. And that's just one project.
Yeah.
Well, I think what we need to know is what your ask is.
Sure.
I don't know if we can meet afterwards, or you get to present it next week.
I'm gonna run over this week, kind of got an idea, unless you're in our.
Yeah.
Depends how fast we get out here for you.
Yeah.
All right, let's move along, people.
So you threw this in front of me.
Yes, that's that IRB plan that we brought last week. We update this, the last version was a couple years ago. We're updating our IRBM plan right now because we do have a new roadside roadside vegetation manager as of last year. And in order to apply for grants through the state, your IRB plan has to be up to date. So this just identifies that we have a new manager.
Does the board need to approve this?
Yes, yeah, because there is a signature spot for you there. Once we get this, I'll take it back. We will get it submitted, and then we will submit for a $10,000 grant for new equipment to help with roadside vegetation management. So that's probably a $10,000 signature we need there.
I'll make a
I'll make a
motion.
motion for the chairman to sign the
Is there a second?
IRDM plan.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
And whether or not we get the grant, whatever, this year or next year, but we're looking into, you know, well, what pieces of equipment would specifically benefit us.
Is today's date okay?
How does prayer look in Becker County?
Yeah, that is actually one of the things I want to talk to you guys about. You want me to do that now?
Sure.
Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot to hand out the agendas here. I apologize.
You're getting older, forgetful.
We got you,
I know.
we got you excited about.
I know,
I know. Okay, this will be, let's just hop down then to look at Blackhawk County sprayer. I took some guys up on Tuesday, or they took me, rather. We went and looked at the spraying outfit that Blackhawk County has. They have an F550 with a whole setup on the back. It's got 2 tanks, pumps, and other stuff back there. And then they run the hose up to the front of the truck, and from inside the truck, they have some software. One guy drives the truck, the other guy runs the sprayer from inside, and their boom sticks out on the front. There's 4 different nozzles out there, so they can shoot different lengths, and that's how they spray. I thought it looked very good. I thought it looked great. Our guys could, it is a 2-person giddy up because one guy drives, the other guy makes sure that we're spraying correctly. So I am really, really for this. We used to pay $65,000 a year, and this was 5 or 6 years ago, to spray half the county. And that was then. With this, I am not guaranteeing that we would be able to spray half the county because our weed person also has to seed and has other responsibilities. But this would make it so that we could go along and just start spraying.
Don't we typically get complaints about the company that does the spraying? Don't we? Or am I making that up? Or they don't do a very good job, or?
Well, they're a very popular company in Eastern Iowa. And in my opinion, anytime that you spray half a county, you are gonna get complaints from at least 5 or 6 people, at least. So even if we were to spray this, you're gonna get.
I just remember some kind of pushback, but I can't.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be mad.
Somebody sprayed some kind of
Spraying
wildflower.
something around.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think now it's coming
You're
back to
probably
me.
flag,
Yeah, so I know that we are trying, that is one, if you spray more and you kill stuff that is in the right of way, it turns brown. Some people do not like that because of pheasant habitats or this habitat, or, there will be pushback, but it also saves, it also saves from those trees that are growing up. We've spent, 20, 30 person crew for the last 6 months or 4 months every winter, cutting down trees and doing this. So we would also go back and make sure that all these spots get sprayed really well, so that when you cut them off, they don't grow back 3 times as much. So I am all for this. Let me just run you guys through the costs real quick. This money is budgeted for next fiscal year. I think that I go ahead and I just move it up so that we can get it done and get it going. But an F550 flatbed, you're probably looking around $55,000 to $65,000. To build a skid, to put this on, I don't want to attach this right to the flatbed because if we do that and then want to take this equipment off in the winter, it will be kind of thrown into a pile.
Right.
I want to build a couple $1,000 skid. The mechanics do a fabulous job of that.
That way you can use it for snow if you had to.
We can use it for other things. Okay, so, and then the tanks, the motors stay on this skid permanently. nobody throws it in the corner, or we lose pieces, or,
We have a,
somebody that shouldn't be disassembling it, disassembles
Is
it.
that the way theirs is?
Yes.
do we have a heated area we can put it in?
Yeah, every shop will find a corner, yeah. And it, you know, just the size of a flatbed, it won't take up too much room. We'll figure out that part. I mean, it'll go somewhere, but we have to put it up a little bit higher. Because the only way you can take it off probably is with the end loader. So even if we have to. So I think we spend a couple grand for that. Blackhawk County, where they take their truck up with the skid on it. There's a company in Jessup that's done 3 counties already. I say we just take it directly to that company and say, build us one. That they're the one that put the tanks on, the motor,
Put the pumps in
put the pumps, they connect it all up, run it through your truck up to the front. I say that we just go with them. It was brought up to maybe go around and get bids for that or somebody local. The problem with that is now all of a sudden we have to design it a little bit more. I'd rather just give it to the company that knows,
Been there, done that.
been there, done that.
Is that Echo?
I don't know.
Which company?
We wrote it down.
Yeah.
We wrote it down. And so that's probably gonna run us like $14,000 for a couple tanks and the wiring and that. And then we'll spend a few more thousand getting, the front parts put on, because you have to buy a hydraulic something, and then we have to build kind of a frame.
The computer,
And then the computer stuff will be probably 3,000 more. So you're looking if I just had to take a guess, like 85 grand, you know, give or take 10 grand either way.
you've got the ability to do that this year?
I say, not that I necessarily need you guys to make a motion on it or anything, but it would just be nice if you guys were like, we love this idea, move forward. I already got a truck.
Found?
We're moving on this baby, yeah.
Hope it's red.
I don't remember. They had a couple in front of me that they were,
These are new trucks.
no, this one would be like a 5-year-old truck. There's not,
This is some kind of state bid thing, you know,
there's not a heck of a lot of F-550s around that you want
that aren't dead.
that fit. It's not that so that limits your ability to find some. And then if you can find some that are within a county or two that you can send mechanics to look at, and they usually don't have that many miles on them, it seemed to me. So, you know, even the Ford, I don't even remember how old the ones around were. They were newer though than 5 years.
This is new in 5 years then.
Yes, yeah. So I just, not that we need a motion, but it would just be nice. And also to spend, the majority of this cost is a truck. A truck is still a piece of equipment that
Can use for something.
we can use for anything.
But again, you didn't answer the question. You have no problem moving the stuff around to get it this year.
Yes, correct. That is one good thing that I've found out, that we hold a nice balance, that we're able to do this.
Okay. I don't have a problem. What's the board consensus of?
I
Chris?
don't have a problem. I think it's a good thing to
Me
do, to keep the trees in.
All right, I'll keep moving then. If we can get that truck on, get that skid made, get it sent up there. I know the nice time to spray is around somewhere in June. So, I'm hoping that if I keep this moving, we might be able to
Get it
do some
done.
good spraying for those 2 weeks.
Well, it's nice too to do it in-house because you can control timing. Whereas, you know, that company's gonna come whenever they come and with rains and whatever else.
Mhm.
Knowing, you know,
Yeah.
our own farming operation, how timing is very
I've
crucial.
seen them spray and then it rained 2 minutes later.
Yep, yep.
And then I've got-
And then I forgot, an added benefit of this is an F-550 will also be able to pull the mulcher,
Cedar.
the hydro seeder that we have. So we're gonna add, because there's 2 big tanks on the back of this, we're gonna add an extra 800 gallon of water to there. Our hydro seeder now becomes twice as efficient because we can hold the 800 gallon in the hydro seeder and another 800 gallons of water in there. So we'll now be able to double our output with
Less time back and forth.
Yes, instead of making 3-4 runs a day,
Water.
we can now double our output for seeding. In the past, we would maybe get 2 runs a day, and we up that, and now we'll be going, so. All right, let's move forward with that.
Back to the top.
Back to the top. FM, I think I have to have your signatures on this because for FM rock, it gets sent to the state. So I need a formal approval from you guys that, that the quantity is there. You guys approved me last week to approve the quantities. I'm just gonna go with what we had sent out. I'm not gonna alter it. So final for all the rock is $707,859.94. It's essentially, it's the bid prices you guys approved last week and the quantities that were on the paper. We did not alter them.
Is there a motion for the chair to sign?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Sign it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
All right, let's open up some. Although you guys did last week approve me to do the local stuff too. Do you want to put a signature on that? You have every other year. It's just, it's not on the agenda to do it, but you.
If it's on the agenda,
But it's what you approved last week. So you approved it last week. Can you just sign off on it this week, or do we not care? I don't really care either way. You just don't.
I just wanna make our Ts crossed and I's dots right now, so maybe put it on for next week. Like, we can-
No, I mean, I already sent out the contracts.
Yeah,
It's just what you guys approved last week if you wanted to actually just sign it.
should have a copy of that way just in your hand. It'd be the same thing.
This is FM, this is local. We do it in 2 different bids. So you approved it last week,
She was.
but I didn't have
chairman.
you,
You were acting chairman.
but I didn't have you sign
You can
anything.
just sign it.
You don't have to.
I don't care. I just don't wanna violate open meeting law.
Yeah,
Given the
that's
culture
fine.
we have right now.
You gave me the motion last, you approved it, I sent it out, I just didn't know if you would put a signature on it.
I'll sign it, yeah.
You can even just, you can make a note for all I care that says for last week's meeting. I think if you do that, there would be no confusion.
There you go.
Thank you. We have pavement marking bids. 3 were submitted. I don't know. We pass that around if you want. That's where we're gonna do pavement markings.
Are we doing north and south, or east and west, or all over?
It's kind of from here down to Williamsburg and then east and then Parnell and east. It's not, it's kind of the east half.
Not cut dry.
I can open them for him and hand them to him. Oh, yes, they are.
Advanced traffic control. Total of 59,000. We don't need to break it down, I don't think.
Yeah, yes, I would like you to break it down because I don't know if they bid all the stop bars the same way. It says put in a bid for all of them, but sometimes they have a,
White paint is $32 a gallon. Yellow paint's $32 a gallon. Stop bars are 7 for $100 each.
it's 7 for $100 all.
Oh, total for all stop bars, sorry.
Stop.
stop bars.
It's the white lines by when you stop sign, that white line there, it's called a stop bar.
Pair of railroad crossings, 430.
400 what?
430.
Oops. Is that the open?
Vogel. White paint is 28.13 a gallon. Yellow is 28.13. Stop bars are 68.50.
Was there a total bid on that one?
Your total for that one comes up to $50,903.35.
If it's not, is it?
The main thing you're gonna wanna look at is just the difference in paint prices. That'll make all the difference. Just the
What
paint-
was the railroad crossing on that
Solid.
last one?
This one was,
We're
railroad
using-
crossing was $341.50.
So that's where you're.
Yeah.
This is LL Kelly. White paint is 29. Yellow paint is 29. Stop bars are 455. Railroad crossings are 500.
There's 22 gallons. So Vogel would be,
Do you have the total for Pally then?
No, theirs was sealed. It looks like, you know, I think Vogel, so the quantities for paint are 1146 for white, 650 for yellow. So we're looking at 12 plus 1,800 gallon total. Even if Vogel put their $68.50 per stop bar, that is going to be $490, a little bit less. Vogel's cheaper on everything.
So I make a motion to go with Vogel then.
Second one.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Vogel gets a bid.
And if I'm wrong, I'm not right now. You can keep that or post that just in case anybody wants to know.
Here you go. Do you want that for the picture?
We can maybe staple it up to the board.
Do you need this or she take this?
Take it.
And they got new staples.
All right. This is for you, that's what we're talking about next. So this year, the winning price, $28.13 a gallon. Last year, it was $25.50 a gallon. Just to let you know about inflation. And last year, we did an extra 200 gallons, so we did a little bit more striping last year. In the future, I'm going to move our pavement striping costs over to FM dollars, so that we can save $60,000 a year locally. Okay, we had a request to vacate Hope's Corner down there at 52 Trail and F Avenue. I also have some pictures here
look at your second page.
Yeah.
if you want. So that they paid, the request came, as usual, they pay for a survey. Here is the survey, the proposal that we received. You have two pieces there. So the one part is 6.85 acres, parcel 1. I'm okay with that. Again, they will receive it as is. There will be no cleanup there. I'm not sure what was done there in the seventies, so they're okay with that. The parcel 2.9 acres on the east side of the road. This is the one that we need to talk about. I don't really care, for it as it's laid out, because as you can kind of see by the second piece there, they don't go all the way to the section line. So there would still be county-owned right-of-way where that red line is. And I don't think we should just have county right-of-way all willy-nilly out in the middle of nowhere, in my opinion. So,
So did they do that to give those other people access?
yeah, so the other people, that's their driveway right now, is that red line. And so they were like, well, they can keep their driveway and we just vacate the rest of it. And
But that'd be a point where they need to get an easement between each other.
no, that's only, so right now, since it's county right of way,
No, but I mean,
if we go all the way to the section line.
right, that's what it should be.
So that's the way I would like to see it, or we could move that driveway. I did, our Millersburg shop, we have some fantastic people down there. They went, took these pictures for me. I'll put a star here, the one you're really gonna wanna look at. They did a fabulous job of going out, taking pictures, sending them to me, and talking to the landowner there, the Popes. And I said, what happens if we move this driveway down? I'll make sure I show you guys the right way. Down here to the very end of their field. Now, this picture, the one that's starred, shows that it would be a steep driveway. It would. But he was okay with it as long as we took out some of the trees around there.
That's gonna be where at, down here?
Yes, so this, let's just hold it so that you're looking north. We would want to move it down, we move it right here.
Oh, underneath where you got the.
Yeah, underneath where I got the sticker, where the R is at, I apologize.
Who paid for this survey?
Cunningham's. They own there on the north side of the road.
So why couldn't Pope just take that for nine?
That's not up to us to decide. What we do is we vacate, and what happens after that, we have no say. We just vacate our easement. There could be, because we don't want to be involved in any legal battles.
Right, I understand that part.
I'll call them party one, which would be the Cunningham, but party one would say, hey, this right of way came off of our 40, it should go back to us. Different landowners might say, well, I've used that myself for 20 years. I get legal access to it. And so, because we just have an easement, we're releasing an easement, we want no part of that. Who gets what?
So it still could do the Pope said.
It could. I don't know if they would have to buy it. Or the other thing I would propose to do, just make it easier, is the county just keep that easement too.
That 9.9.
Yeah, that 0.9. Just say,
I think that's what I like.
just say, dude, so that there's no controversy,
Right.
we just still have that
Leave
0.9.
it the way it is.
Leave it the way it is.
I like that.
So there's just sort of, we either leave it the way it is, so there's no controversy, or we, the county on our own dime, cut down some trees and move some driveways
But
to a less ideal spot.
since we have an easement, can we legally hold on to it since we don't have use for it?
I don't necessarily know. I don't know 100%. There is no time rush on this either. We can ask the McLean. This has been in the works for at least 8 months.
Why don't you ask McLean about it, if we can keep it?
Sure. Sure.
Is it all just pretty, it's not farm ground now, is it?
No.
Just brush?
And at 9, as I said, that's where their driveway goes into that field, so.
Probably a safer way to get in and out of the field.
And I'll let you know that, hey, that is used for access. I don't wanna have road, private property, and then some random
Right, I get it.
still. That, I think to me, that would just be a nightmare for anybody in the future.
And liability, I think, too.
Yeah.
So, yes, I can ask,
One of the Tims.
yep, on what they think about that. So. No problem. The bridge that our guys are doing, they're still grading. We are staking, piling out today. And, I think that they're gonna try to move in the crane next week to start doing piling on there. So it is moving along. Other than that, we got a crew doing that. Our guys, been cutting brush and pushing snow for a day or two. I've been working on everything that we just talked about and actually a different project for this summer where we're working on getting quotes and everything, but I don't put a 4 hours into that, so I can write it down. And, I'll be gone next week. I'll be gone Monday to go over to TAM and just talk to their board real quick. Well, I'll be gone for the day, but, and then March 6th, which is next Friday, I will be gone. We'll be at a conference. So you won't have anybody here next week from our office. The week after that, we will do our 90-day road embargoes, resolution for that. So just be prepared. All righty.
Sunset, I asked this, Sunset Boulevard,
Is that the north-south or east-west?
north-south.
Okay.
Do we own half that? Is that all cities? I thought they gave it all to towns since they wanted to circle it.
Well, technically speaking, I bet it's half of ours. The maintenance agreement might be all on them. I don't recall off the top of my head. I know that we take care of the east-west version. You want me to try to find whatever I have?
Yeah, I'm just curious. Somebody brought it up.
Which one's Sunset?
I can't look to my farm with the interstate. That's seal code. What's the other town? But Robert Nicker.
Yeah, I don't recall what the agreement is for that. I'll see what I can find. Did you guys go over before too long?
Yeah,
Well,
whatever.
kind of took a lot of time here, but we'll see.
I apologize. I'm out.
Yeah, I just changed the whole outlook now.
Okay, Becky, you're up.
Hey Becky, how are you?
Good. Sent out my report to you guys on Wednesday, and then Thursday was notified about the meeting for ECOG. So I'll have vehicle updates after that. That's on the 17th of March. So my next meeting, I'm hoping to have more information on vehicles to be replaced.
Hopefully President, Heights isn't over there for easy call. Maybe he'll start getting us some more.
Yeah, Yeah, other than that, things are moving along.
I have to get more of those snake tag things.
You need another gavel.
Yeah. Mayor of
Sewer staying open?
We're staying open?
Sewer.
Yes.
Not froze.
No.
It's cold right now.
It'll be in the process. It's a long process to get things changed.
Yeah, we hopefully don't have to worry about it freezing up again until next year.
Hopefully it's
Next year, you won't be
not
worried about freezing up.
Supposed to get cold again tomorrow, ain't it?
that cold.
Yeah. That's just a bad thing. It's so shallow down there. Everything's going okay?
We're busy.
No employee turnover. Good.
Did you have birthday cake for Alan the other day?
No.
He's gone.
He's gone, he's on vacation, he sent me a picture on the beach. Lucky dog.
It'll be a warm beach.
The other two are
What'd you
there
say?
too.
Hopefully it's a warm beach. Not Porta Grande.
Yeah,
Okay, any other questions for Becky?
nope.
All right.
But
Yeah,
good work.
that's easy.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
the Have a good weekend.
Yes, you too.
There was no Okay, Iowa County landfill 28 agreement with Iowa County amendment resolutions considerations. Questions, I know we have concerns. I recommend that we go ahead and pass this, the attorney approved it. And, John and I will go to the city council meeting so far.
Make a motion to approve the 2080 agreement.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Aye.
Seth?
Aye, I said, I said it.
Opposed, say nay.
I'm gonna abstain just because not know, but I have concerns.
Motion passed. Okay, so insurance change.
A little more discussion on that too. So the ordinance is gonna be discussed at a later date, if there is one presented.
Yep.
Okay.
That gives them more authority to give them penalize.
You can stay, you can take my seat.
I was just here if anybody had any questions or anything.
I'll tag out. You can
Seems
tag in.
seems like you didn't have any issues, so it's good.
You missed us though.
There's cuter people across the street.
We're talking about sheriffs?
That's your room. I'm gonna stick with your recorder now.
Oh, the recorder dog, you're paying favoritism now, huh?
Yes, I am.
Insurance,
Thanks, you.
insurance change considerations. Do we have anything to talk about as of now?
We don't have any numbers back.
So we'd like to have that on again next week, just in case it comes in.
Yeah, there's no immediate hurry. I think the budget's where it's at. We have till May to approve.
Fine, but it should stay on here, right?
Yeah. Or we can, yeah,
In case something comes up, we can discuss it.
yeah. Can we take a quick recess?
We're about done, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess.
If you want to take a quick recess, but I thought we were about done. So you got more stuff you want to go?
No, we're good. Just the timing thing. Did Brandy get back to you?
No,
So,
she's on vacation.
I know, but
That's what she told me. She said it's set. I don't know that month.
she said what?
She said it's set for the 25th. I don't know what she said. What, I don't understand what I meant. So I'm not bothering her again.
So that property tax statement has to go out, it has to be in people's hands by March 20th. Do you know anything, Kristen, about if it's set to go? Because we hired that out, so I don't know when they need information.
I don't know anything about it.
It must be set already.
When's Brandy come back Monday?
Because the only thing that's in there that we would have to make a formal decision on is the max levy. 'Cause we just can't go over that after that's sent out, right? And obviously our general and rural are stuck where they're at because of 718. The only thing that would be subject to change is supplemental. So I don't know if Brandy needs a motion for us to, or if it could just be a general consensus. I don't think we made motions last year for it, did
Probably
we?
make a motion, since we're setting a levy. Potential setting a levy, so we can lower it.
Does anybody have issues with where it's at right now? That's my question. Does everyone agree where the supplemental's at for our budget?
Was this, budget change the changes we need to do gonna affect that?
Sorry,
The
we
share.
had a little family emergency there, so we're getting blurred, but,
So we can take the recess.
So I take a recess.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, yeah.
Yeah.
Take a recess.
Okay. Then I can So,
So we're just, John was just brought up the idea is, do we need to wait till Brandy's back to see if they've already done this?
Or we could have a meeting.
yeah, I don't think we need to make any motions today, because I want to make sure we have it detailed on the agenda, what we're doing, right? But Kristen gets where I'm going with this.
Because of the timeline, we gotta make sure we hit it.
I know, so,
And I know we've talked about this in the past, I don't know if Brandy had it in the works already or not. Or is,
I think we need to know what the status is, if it's already ready to go to,
can you make a note to have Brandy call us when she's available, or so we can figure this out?
well, let's figure out Monday morning, and if we have to, we can hold a special meeting.
Right. And Wednesday. If need be, we can, I don't know if we have to come in, we can
You'll
zoom it
call her by then.
What?
I'm sure you'll call her by then.
by Monday morning. I'm not that annoying. Careful.
Because yeah, the only thing we have to set is that, but then beyond that, we have till April 30th to adopt our budget. So we have plenty of time, but
Oh, so like this budget adjustment the sheriff needs to make, it's all right. Does that have to be done before we make this decision?
if we're gonna
For the
give,
amendment, you mean?
We're gonna put it in this budget.
For the mental health.
For the mental health that
Amendment.
plays up. Well, there's an amendment, but then there's also an addition to the 26
For the
budget.
next year, because that person's gonna be around for another year.
yeah,
Mental health.
well, it depends if we're gonna change the total amount that we give them. But even then, you can't do it out of rural because we don't have anywhere to budge. I mean, we only have what we have at the end of the day, so I don't think so.
And
We can't raise rural, we can't raise
supplemental,
general, those are the two that fund that.
Maybe it's gonna get supplemental.
Supplemental can't cover this. It's, yeah,
Thank you, state.
what?
Thank you to the state.
Yeah,
You have to do this, but figure it out.
What if it's budgeted under, public health?
Under what?
doesn't matter, it's all coming out of rural or general. This, well, this can't even come out of rural, it'd be general, and we're tapped out anyways. So, it's just gonna have to be, everyone's gonna have to figure it out. So,
And is it required by law we have to have this?
mm,
I know it's a big help, but it is what it is. Can't afford it, can't afford it.
I mean, I guess that'd be a
Yeah,
discussion.
but if we don't take our cost, and then if the cities want it yet, then they're gonna have to assume our cost. Cause it's split 3 ways.
I think if it's important enough, they'll find a way to fund it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, no money is no money. You keep- nothing there.
So I don't think that changes anything. I mean, the only thing that is in the air is the supplemental, that we have the authority to move.
So
And I think we're,
is there a time that people are available next week, first part of the week if we need to be?
Tuesdays, Tuesday for sure.
Yeah, pretty open, I think, as far as I know.
Tuesday, I've got property tax subcommittee, but I could do in the morning, maybe if I don't have any meetings lined up. Wednesday, I have a lunch event to go to, but I could do the morning.
Oops.
Thursday, I'm around for parent-teacher conferences as well,
So you're available Tuesday morning.
tentatively, yeah. I can move my meetings in legislators to the afternoon.
Okay, let's see what she says, tells us on Monday.
But so other than that, I think we're kind of,
Well, we'd have to have an agenda 24 hours.
Prior.
Wait, if we can do that on Monday.
so I think as long as we don't have to do anything. My dad's, he had his hardware taken out, so like,